make sure that Kyrie realizes the depth of posting that link to Jewish people, the fear that it caused, not just the hurt, the fear that it causes because of the potential encouragement of hate crimes.
Okay.
So that's why even LeBron's post, I love him for all he does socially, but I don't think he has a real feel for this, or he wouldn't post that. He would just stay away from it.
But Skip, here's the thing. You can believe someone said something wrong and can believe the punishment is excessive. Why do they have to be why they can't be?
To me, this is just me. I think you have to go at least double-digit games of suspension. It was 5 minimum, so he's 4 now.
Right.
Now the Nets are about to come out here to LA, and they're about to play the Clippers tomorrow afternoon, and then they're going to play the Lakers, right, on that would be Sunday evening, right?
Yes.
Would the league love Kyrie to be playing against LeBron? I hope LeBron can play.
No, LeBron's probably done at least a week.
Well, do you think so? I don't know, but they said he's day-to-day, whatever. But would the league love to see Kyrie versus LeBron on Sunday evening? Sure they would.
Right.
Kyrie is a huge draw for this league because he's not just a good player, he's an all-time great player with an all-time great handle. We got that, we appreciate that. But I believe he stepped completely over the edge here in trying to uphold African-American heritage and culture. It was at the expense of Jewish people and to a certain extent Christian people, not that there's hate crimes that direction, right. But I'm just saying this film and this book also suggests that the whole Bible was a lie invented by Jewish people and Christian people. Mm-hmm. Okay? So it's so heinous to me, the potential for this, that you have to send a message to not only the other NBA players, but you have to send a message to everyone in this country. This will not be accepted anymore because it's way too dangerous.
Well, let me tell you, and I don't speak for everybody in the black community, but let me tell you why some of the black people are rallying behind Kyrie and Kanye. It says that because when blacks have a misstep, it seems like we suffer the harshest penalties. It seems like other groups offend blacks, and they never suffer the penalty that Kyrie and Kanye have suffered. I remember when Bob McNair said what he said. What did they do? They went and trotted out one of the most prominent black coaches in the circle. And nobody said, well, when he said the Bob McNair that I know, that's not in his heart. Nobody said, hey, Tony, he gonna speak like that in front of you, like you just said about Kyrie to Adam Silver. Okay. You see, it seems to us, and it seems to me, that as black people say...
So on McNair, are we talking about what he said, the inmates run the prison or something like that?
Yeah, and it's the asylum. But he said the asylum.
Right, that's what it was, yeah.
But Skip, here's the thing. It seems like to us, a lot of us, not all, some of us, a large portion of us, is that blacks are bound by shackles. We're held more accountable for our actions and our words, where our counterparts with cobwebs, they're easily brushed aside. Shannon, he apologized. He or she said they were sorry. Why can't we get the same benefit of the doubt? Okay. Kyrie was wrong, but I believe Kyrie was wrong, but I also can believe the punishment was excessive. So let me ask you a question, Skip. Shoplifting.
Real quick. Where we all lose is when we try to compare persecution of groups, because it's a never-ending battle. Are they persecuted more than the indigenous people in America were when we declared war on them and drove them off their land? Yeah. I don't know, and I don't care. Right. All I know is it was horrible what happened to the black people and the ones that originally were called the American Indian people, right, and to the Jewish people. But that happened over there in Europe where it started. It didn't happen on American soil, right. So maybe it feels like that was way over there. It happened, and we have around 7 million Jews living among us right now, right, and they need to be protected just the way black people and their feelings need to be protected. I got you.
We get those same protections? Are we afforded those same protections?
Okay. I would hope so. I don't know. It's difficult to go like with the McNair. So what should have happened to Bob McNair? Should he have been...
Nothing happened.
Should he have been forced to sell at
but
that
here's
point?
The thing. It wasn't what should have happened. Nothing happened. That's what the problem was. Nothing happened, and there goes my point, is that it seems to me that they can say things, and their actions, they're not bound by the same restrictions as we are when we say things or do things. And that is the problem a large portion of the black community have.
Shannon, I would like to think If there was such a thing as a book and a movie that were, to quote Rolling Stone about this one, venomously anti-black, if that, I can't even imagine it existing in this country, but if it were, and any white entertainer or basketball star or football or baseball star dared to post a link to that, that player would lose his whole career.
Man,
he would be done.
After what President Trump has said about the American Jews versus the Israeli Jews and what he's tweeted and what he's posted, and he ain't got canceled yet. So don't give me that if this would have happened, if that would have happened, because we've seen in instances when they have done things, they've never been canceled. And that's what we do. They cancel us, no questions asked. There's not enough apology. Kyrie can get on his bended knee. He can come to the people in the most humble way he know how. Bow head, humble heart, and bent knee. And that's still not enough
Shannon,
for some.
You said you didn't buy his apology.
Skip, it does not, Skip. So let me ask you a question. I want to hear you say this. Every apology ever uttered was sincere.
Obviously not.
Okay, then so what's the difference? If it's obviously not, what is the difference between Kyrie?
So how do you know he doesn't have any anti-Semitism in his heart? You don't know.
Skip, you don't know if anybody has anything in their heart.
Okay.
Somebody can say, I'm not homophobic and be the worst one. Someone can say, I'm not racist and be the worst one. So how do we know? We don't know.
Well, I would still like to see double-digit games. I'd like to see 10 just to say that won't be allowed anymore.
Like I said, I just believe two things can be true. I can believe Kyrie should have received some sort of punishment, but I can also believe that it went too far and they're asking too much for the return. When we've seen everybody doesn't always have to do all those things and jump through Cheerios in order to come back to say it. But I digress.